welcome to our vlog. I'm Kirby Malimpangon. I also have our guests here. Yes, here.
I'm Ella Mindahaw.
Hi guys, I'm Yurugao po.
And we also have our guests here, there. Yeah, Natalia Isabel Benzay and John Carl Pastor. Yeah. We are group 3 and we'll talk about the ethical considerations in terms of science and their do's and don'ts. So ano-ano nga ba yung mga ethical considerations in terms of science na magagamit natin habang nagko-conduct ng experiments or research? So in this vlog, we're gonna talk about 5 things or 5 ethical considerations na madalas nagagamit ng mga scientists and also students like us habang tayo ay nagre-research or nag-experiment.
So the first ethical consideration is honesty and integrity. Honesty in scientific research ensures accurate and reliable results. Scientists must report data accurately, hindi yung gawa-gawa lang or iniiba and tinatago yung ibang information just to fit their conclusion. So dishonesty can cause misinformation, wasted resources, and even cause harm, especially sa field ng medicine and engineering. Now we have 3 do's and don'ts. First do, report data accurately. Present findings truthfully without alteration. Second, give proper credit, cite sources, and acknowledge contribution. Third, allow peer review. Let others evaluate your work for accuracy and reliability. And now for the don'ts, we have do not fabricate data. Don't ever make up results that did not really happen. Second, do not hide mistakes. Be honest about the errors or unexpected findings. And lastly, do not plagiarize. Never copy others' work without giving proper credit.
So hi guys, Yuru here and ako nga pala mag-explain about sa transparency and ethics. So, ano nga ba ang transparency? Ang transparency ay nangangahulugan ng pagiging bukas at tapat tungkol sa kung paano gumagana ang teknolohiya, pati na rin ang mga possible effects and risks na pwedeng maidulot nito. So ano nga ba yung do's and don'ts nito? So una, be honest. Share mo lang yung information nito na nakuha mo kung sakali. For example na lang natin is yung invention mo. Yung information lang at sa invention mo, share mo lang siya, mapabad or good man ito. So second is clear communication. Explain mo sa mga colleagues mo o kasama mong researcher ng maayos yung invention na ginawa mo. So pangatlo, share data. So share data naman, share mo lang kung ano yung mga data ang nakuha mo, nag-gather mo para ma-review nyo ng mga colleagues mo at mga researchers na kasama mo. So ano nga ba yung tatlong do's nitong transparency na tinatawag natin? So para sa ating unang do's, be honest. So i-share mo lang yung mga information na na-research nyo o na-research mo tungkol dun sa invention na ginawa mo. For example lang naman, wag mo itong itatago sa kanila kasi ayun na magiging don'ts na yun. Pangalawa, clear communication. Make sure na ma-explain mo yung example, yung invention mo sa kanila ng mas maayos, mas malinaw para naman ma-review nyo na mapabuti pa yung or mas ma-upgrade or ma-improve yung invention na ginawa mo. And last is, share data. I-share mo sa kanila yung mga nag-gather mong data, nahanap mo, para ma-review din nila yung mga colleagues or kapwa mo researchers para mas mapa-improve pa nila yung invention na ginawa mo. And dako naman tayo sa 3 don'ts na di mo dapat gawin. So, for our first don'ts, wag mong gagawin is yung first, hide information. Wag mo itago yung mga information or wag mo i-manipulate yung mga information na nag-gather mo since risky nga naman yun. E paano kung mas pwede pa lang ma-improve yun o mas kailangan yun, diba? So, sa pangalawa naman is ignore risk. Wag na wag mong gagawin na i-ignore ang mga risk, lalo na paano pala yung invention mo ay risky sa publiko or sa mga tao. Pangatlo naman is withhold results. So yung withhold results naman ay tinatago mo or kinikip mo bilang sikreto yung mga nakahanap mo, pwede naman pala itong makatulong sa kapwa mo o sa society natin.
We're gonna talk about the informed consent, especially when conducting experiments on human beings. Participants must be informed about the purpose, benefits, and potential risks the experiments might bring. The participants should also be allowed questions for clarifications before they could agree. This would prevent exploitation of the participants and the means to prove that the experiment you are gonna do isn't unethical or dangerous. Now, here's how to do it correctly. First, obtain written consent from them, including their signature. Next, clearly explain the purpose, benefits, and the risk it might pose. Next is to allow the participants to decline when they think that they can't do it. Here's what you shouldn't do then. You shouldn't coerce or deceive them into participating. Huwag niyo silang dadayain. Second, don't conduct experiments without their consent. Third, don't ignore the guidelines made for the experiment or research.
Why is it needed? Scientists must assess risk before conducting experiments to prevent harm to researchers, participants, and the environment. These include following proper lab safety protocols, ethical guidelines, and government regulation. Neglecting safety can lead to accidents, long-term health issues, and environmental disasters. Safety and risk management do. Follow lab safety protocols and use protective equipment. Assess risk before conducting experiments. Dispose of hazardous materials properly. And don'ts. Neglect safety procedures leading to accidents. Conduct experiment without considering potential harm. Ignore emergency response plans in case of accident.
Privacy is an individual's right to hide or keep their information hidden, while confidentiality is the obligation to keep information private. Either way, these two are important in protecting one's personal data or information to prevent cases like identity fraud or damage to reputation. The things that you should do when you're using modern technology in terms of confidentiality or privacy are these. Number 1, protect participants' personal and sensitive data. Examples are during surveys or documentation. You must keep the person's personal information private, like age, address, or contact numbers. Number 2 is anonymize data when necessary. Number 3 is follow data protection laws and regulations. In the Philippines, we have several data protection laws like the Republic Act 10173 or Data Privacy Act of 2012. This act protects our rights to protecting personal information against malicious intent or cases. And the things that you shouldn't do are: number 1, do not share personal data without consent. In the internet, posting things about yourself and others are inevitable. In this situation, you must always ask for consent whenever you are posting something about another person's information. Like for example, where they live, where they work, their names or their family members, and their faces. Number 2, do not leave confidential records unsecured or accessible to unauthorized people. Never leave your documents, like your birth certificate, etc., in random places or hand your documents to strangers. It's possible for them to use your identity or sell them when they're aware. Number 3 is do not use collected data for purposes beyond what was agreed upon. Going back to our example just now, in surveys, you and the participants will often agree to allow you to use their personal data in example, data statistics or interviews. But you should not use their data beyond what was agreed upon, because this may be a breach of personal information.